In the heart of Michigan's Lake Superior, there lies a place called Isle Royale, a vast, isolated island closer to Canada than to the U.S. mainland. But what few people know is that Isle Royale isn't just a national park. It's one of America's oldest unsolved mysteries. Its story begins in 1843, when copper miners first set foot on its rocky shores. The island looked peaceful, but the locals warned, "Do not stay past dusk. The island keeps what it finds." That same year, a mining crew of 12 men landed to search for pure copper veins. They built wooden cabins, marked digging sites, and sent messages home promising fortune. But by winter's end, not one of them returned. A rescue party arrived months later. They found cabins crushed as if by tremendous weight, tools rusted black, and footprints leading into the lake, but none coming back. The report was sealed. Newspapers called it a tragic mining accident. Locals called it the awakening. As decades passed, strange tales grew around Isle Royale. Fishermen claimed that lights appeared beneath the water, glowing green and red, like lanterns moving in patterns. At night, voices echoed through the fog, distant shouts, hammering sounds, even church bells, though the island had no church. In 1891, a lighthouse keeper named Thomas Greaves recorded in his log, heard footsteps outside the tower, saw shadows walking against the moon, but no one was there. The next morning, his boat was found adrift, his coat still hanging on the wall, his breakfast untouched. His body was never found. The U.S. Coast Guard eventually took over the lighthouse and declared the island safe. But in 1936, a team of researchers studying the local wolves and moose reported that their compasses went wild at night. Cameras malfunctioned, batteries drained, and once, a student vanished for 2 days, only to return barefoot, whispering, "The island remembers." He couldn't explain where he'd been. During the Cold War in the 1950s, Isle Royale became a restricted zone for military testing. Locals near the harbor reported seeing massive lights above the water. Not aircraft, but glowing spheres that dipped silently into the lake and vanished. The government denied everything. Yet internal records from 1957 mention electromagnetic field irregularities and audio anomalies resembling human speech underwater. The file was labeled classified, High Anomaly Zone. In 1973, a tourist family camping near Rock Harbor heard what they described as chanting from the trees. They left their tent behind and fled by boat before sunrise. When rangers investigated, they found the tent shredded, not by animals, but by something with 5 even cuts, like fingers carved from metal. The family refused to ever speak publicly again. By 1992, even scientists began to whisper about the energy of Isle Royale. Seismic instruments placed on the island recorded strange rhythmic vibrations, too organized to be earthquakes, too deep to be man-made. Every time the vibrations peaked, fog would rise from the lake, glowing faintly green before dissolving into the air. The native Ojibwe people, who had long feared the place, said it was the spirit of the copper, the guardian that swallowed those who dug too deep. Then came 2010. A team of drone operators studying the island's terrain captured something impossible. Deep in the forests, among the ancient copper pits, stood a massive stone door, half buried in moss. It looked like an entrance carved by human hands centuries ago. When they zoomed in, the drone's camera froze. A second later, its feed cut off, replaced by a single frame, a blurry image of an eye staring directly at the lens. The drone crashed. When recovered, its memory card contained only one file, an audio clip, faint and distorted, with a voice whispering. To this day, Isle Royale remains restricted in several zones, officially for wildlife preservation. But locals still report strange lights moving through the trees, and tourists say their GPS devices show phantom shorelines that disappear when approached. No one has ever explained the electromagnetic interference, the missing miners, or the strange chanting heard under the water. Scientists call it coincidence. Historians call it legend. But the people who live along the shore of Lake Superior call it something else, the living island.